Let's talk about the visible computer, okay? Who is considered the father of the computer? Someone Babbage. Don't say that. Oh yeah, Charles Babbage designed mechanical calculators to eliminate human error. Define the specific purpose for a computer, and please give 3 reasons. Devices designed for a single task. That is what a computer is. It is a device that is designed for a single task. And the examples would be an IoT and a thermostat and a POS. A specific purpose computer is a purpose that only has designed for a specific purpose, a single task. A thermostat, just heat the room. POS system, a Roku. These are all the examples, okay? What are the 3 core components of every computer? There is hardware, there is operating system, there is an application. Those are the 3 core components of every computer. Which component is considered the brain of the computer? That's right, the CPU, Central Processing Unit. Identify these pots: the Thunderbolt, the PDIF, and the display pot. The SPDIF and the display pot. Okay, so the Thunderbolt, that is for the data or the video input output, and then the SPDIF is for high-end video output, and then the display pot is for the video output to the monitors. Where would you find a motherboard, an SSD, and a RAM? Where would you find all of these? Wait, before we even go there, what does SSD stand for? Solid state drive, that's correct. What does RAM stand for? Random access memory, that's correct. Oopsie daisy, oops. That's not what I wanted to do. Where were we? Yeah. You would find all of these things inside of what? The system unit, inside of the case. What are the 5 functions of an operating system? Hardware communication, UI creation, program management, file management, security enforcement. Which folder holds 32-bit applications in the 62-bit Windows? That would be the C programs file x86. That would be the C/program files times 86 brackets. What is the Mac OS equivalent of the Windows File Explorer? That would be Finder. Name 5 stages of a computing process. Input processing, output storage network. Input processing, output storage network. What does GUI stand for, and how does it differ from CLI? GUI stands for Graphical User Interface, which is for icons and windows. And then CLI stands for Command Line Interface, which is the text commands. That's what they're for. What is pressing Windows and X in Windows open? What does that open? It opens the quick link menu. Where does download files get saved by default in Windows? They are saved in the c./user.username. What am I saying? c./user/username/downloads. That's where they get stored in default. How do you show hidden file extensions in Windows File Explorer? You view the tab, you click file name and extensions. Linux users folder are typically stored under home and username. What is mission control in Mac OS? That would be the feature that is showing all open apps or the spaces, open spaces, which is the multi-desktop view. What are spaces in Mac OS? That would be the virtual desktop with separate apps or backgrounds. Android or iOS both use for system configurations. They both use System app, Settings app, Settings app. They both use Settings app. Where would you find Terminal on a Mac? Applications inside of the utility folders or the CMD Shift U. Which Windows tool is slowly replacing the control panel? Settings app. What does Device Manager do? It manages hardware drivers, view status update, and disable the devices as well. Linux versions are called destroids. Destroids, which is distributions. That's what the Linux versions are called. What is a major compatibility concern between OSs, operating systems? Hardware may need operating system specific drivers, And then define file association. That would be linking a file extension, example a document, to a default application. Example, a Microsoft Word. That would file association. Only Microsoft Word can open what? Can open the document. You are linking the file extension and to a default application. What is an IoT? And please give 2 examples. IoT is Internet of Things, network embedded devices such as a smartphone or a smart TV, a thermostat or a Wi-Fi fridge. A smart TV, a thermostat, and a Wi-Fi fridge. These are networked embedded devices. We done, yeah.